Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to News 20. I'm Shay Simon.
And I'm Aaliyah Wilkerson. Let's get started. We begin with continuing coverage out of Broward County regarding the school shooting that took place Wednesday. 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz was booked into the Broward County Jail on Thursday. He's charged with 17 counts of premeditated murder, naming this the deadliest school shooting since 2012. According to investigators, the suspect was expelled from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Some students say he was always an outcast compared to other students and that he had an obsession with guns. Investigators say after the shooting, Cruz blended in with the students and escaped out of the school. An hour later, he was captured by the police and brought in for questioning. Situations similar to what's going on in Broward County have officials in Tallahassee thinking of a plan in case something of that magnitude happened in this area. Corey Bostic joins us now with more on the story.
Yes, Aaliyah, Tallahassee Memorial Hospital says it's prepared. The administrators at TMH said the solution for these types of tragedies is training. Learning lessons from past tragedies are helping prepare for emergency situations. The hospital practices safety drills for natural disasters and mass casualty events throughout the year. That's all I have for now. Live in the newsroom, Corey Bostic. Back to you all at the desk.
Thank you, Corey. 13 of the 21 active chapters within the Interfraternity Council at Florida State are holding rush activities this week, the first since a Greek life ban was lifted last month. Amy Hecht, Vice President for Student Affairs, says about 100 or so men are seeking to join fraternities within the IFC. That's about half the number participating last spring. The IFC rush continues through today when the fraternities decide to offer bids to prospective members.
Horses serve various purposes for their owners. Many may not think of a miniature horse in the classroom to be a comfort for a child, but as multi-skilled journalist Jacqueline Harold tells us, in Leon County, that's now a reality.
The thought of a horse walking the halls and being in a classroom may be comical to some, but miniature horse farm owners and breeders Mary and Jerry Lackey believe the minis are great service animals.
There have been horses, miniature horses, that have been trained to be seeing eye companions because they do live longer than a dog. But so far, checking health, I'm not sure about.
The Leon County School Board proposed a policy modification to add miniature horses as a service animal. Assistant Superintendent for School Management, Alan Cox, presented the updated policy, which doesn't recognize miniature horses as a service animal, but qualifies the animals to help the differently abled.
The Americans with Disability Act, and it comes out of the Office of Civil Rights, correct? So they protect against discriminations for folks with disability. They've deemed that dogs and miniature horses can be used as service animals.
Cox says he's never seen a miniature horse as a service animal. However, with the newly modified Animals on District Property policy, now it's a possibility. Stay tuned, Tallahassee. With recent policies allowing service and comfort animals in the classroom, you could be encountering a miniature horse at a desk near you. In Tallahassee, I'm Jacqueline Harrell, News 20.
Well, with all good things comes requirements. For a list of those stipulations following the miniature horse service animal, log on to the Leon County Schools website.
A man was arrested for aggravated battery at the Kearney Center earlier this week. 33-year-old Jermaine Deadwater has been arrested for attacking a lady and slashing her face with a knife. Investigators say a heated argument sparked after the woman accused Deadwater of stealing her and her boyfriend's cell phones. That's when the man made his attack. The suspect is now in jail with a $25,000 bond and is banned from the Kearney Center.
A Tallahassee woman was arrested after authorities say she illegally sold prescription male enhancement pills to undercover investigators. 25-year-old Ashley Holland was taken in by local authorities on Tuesday with a warrant for the sale of contraband and prescription drugs. During an investigation, Holland sold 2 different male enhancement pills that are illegal to sell without a prescription. Holland is being held at the Leon County Detention Center on a $5,000 bond.
And people were able to enjoy the smooth sounds of jazz at FSU as Bria Wesley reports an award-winning artist graced the campus this week.
'Twas the night before Valentine's Day, and all through FSU's Ruby Diamond Concert Hall came those who shared the love of music to hear 10-time Grammy Award-winning George Benson. Well known as a guitarist within jazz, blues, and rock, he performed classics such as Turn My Love Around and Give Me the Night. When Laura Osteen got the word that Benson was in town,
Buy the tickets now. Buy as soon as you can. I was thrilled. I've been an opening nights fan for a long time, and I love to be surprised by who they bring in. And this was an incredible show to bring to Tallahassee.
not a disappointed face walked through these doors. Avid listener Vanessa Solomon had nothing but great things to say about the show.
George Benson was fantastic. His voice was just amazing. The bass from his voice, I mean, it was just hard to just stay in your seat and just kind of groove.
For many, like Laura, it was the experience that also brought her here.
For me, it is the live performance. It is the unknown, it is the spontaneous, it is the interaction between the artists and the audience, and the ability to build energy and magic in the moment.
To some, he proved to be a man of many talents.
And when he was like, ba 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 ba, you was like, oh, I think he can rap.
A packed house was an understatement tonight as George Benson entered Ruby Diamond Auditorium Hall tonight. They have Sarasota up next. In Tallahassee, I'm Bria Wesley, News 20.
Benson has sold over 50 million albums worldwide and has 9 #1 albums. If you weren't able to catch that show, opening nights will continue through the end of February.
It's a new event that organizers want to make annual. It's Black Girls Day at the Capitol. Black women and girls throughout Florida spent a day at the Capitol. They discussed issues that impact their lives. Organizer and gender justice coordinator Jasmine Rogers spoke about the importance of the event for the young ladies and the state.
We brought over 60 Black women and girls up to Tallahassee to talk about how legislation adversely impacts Black women and girls, and we're urging legislators to take our experiences and our stories into account every time they propose new legislation, whether it's this year or any year in the future.
The event included progressive organizations like the Florida Immigrant Coalition, the Soul Sisters Leadership Collective, and the New Florida Majority. And coming up on News 20, South Africa will gain a new leader by the end of the day.
And will the tickets sell out for the Black Panther movie? We'll find out more after this break. You're watching News 20.
I'm Angelicia Bruton with your International Brew. Let's take a look at what's brewing around the world. South Africa will officially be under new leadership later on today. Ramaphosa is preparing to deliver his first State of the Nation address in Cape Town later on today. He was confirmed as South Africa's new president Thursday, hours after scandal-plagued leader Jacob Zuma resigned. Ramaphosa has been the leader of the ruling African National Congress Party since December. President Donald Trump spoke on the phone Wednesday with President Tran Dai Quang of Vietnam, according to a statement from the White House. The two leaders took the opportunity to reaffirm the commitment to strengthen the relationship between their two countries. The statement said one of the main topics of the conversation was the upcoming visit by the U.S. aircraft carrier U.S. Carl Vinson to Da Nang in March. That's what's brewing in international news. I'm Angelicia Bruton. Now let's send it over to Kayla for some entertainment.
Good afternoon and welcome to eLive. I'm Kayla Lawson here with your entertainment news for the day. Movie theaters are crowded with Black Panther fans, and rightly so, because the movie had its first premiere in theaters on Thursday. In some areas, lines wrapped around the blocks. Excited fans are so ready to see Marvel's first major film featuring an African-American lead and primarily all-Black cast. In November 2016, Kanye West's Very Good touring company filed a $10 million lawsuit against Lloyd's of London Insurance Company. They had refused to pay for the financial loss that Kanye incurred after having to cancel a few of his St. Pablo tour dates due to a mental breakdown in which he was admitted to a hospital. Lloyd's did not want to immediately pay up because they felt marijuana played a part in Kanye's condition. Apparently, drug use was an exclusion in the policy between both parties, but Kanye's team denied this, and fortunately, the judge has sided with them. Yay for Kanye! That's going to do it for your entertainment news. We'll be right back after this break.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Michaela Sherman here with your weather report, and it feels absolutely amazing outside. Spring will be here before we know it. As we move into the next 5 days, Saturday our high will be 77 degrees with a low of 61. Sunday we'll be experiencing some rain with a high of 77 with a low of 58. Monday our high will be 79 with a low of 61. Tuesday the high will be 81 with a low of 64. And Wednesday our high will be 79 with a low of 61. That's all I have for your weather. We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back. I'm Brandon Jones here with the sports. The stars will align in Los Angeles as the 2018 All-Star Weekend will kick off tonight. Starting with the celebrity basketball game, the game includes stars such as Justin Bieber, Quavo, Nick Cannon, and more. That will be followed by the Rising Stars Challenge when Team World will take on Team USA. Saturday also looks to be a fun night as the Skills Challenge, three-point shootout, and the dunk contest will take center stage. Then on Sunday, the weekend will be wrapped up with Team LeBron taking on Team Steph in the All-Star game. After a tough game on Monday against Morgan State, FAMU basketball has had a few days off and will hit the road once again. The Rattlers travel up north to face Delaware State in a MEAC battle. With just a 1-20 record on the road this year, FAMU will hope to bounce back and get a win under their belt. The Rattlers basketball team won't be the only sport representing the school this weekend. Softball, baseball, and tennis will take action here this weekend at home. That's all I have for the sports. We'll be right back after the break.
And that's going to do it for us today. For Brandon and Michaela, I'm Shay Simon.
And I'm Aaliyah Wilkerson. Thanks for watching and have a great day.